up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Smart Minds, Good Times. Today, I got the boy, the infamous Julio right here, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, my name is Julio.
Oh, my God. All right, you guys introduce yourselves?
My name's Ivan.
Yo, it's Kevin.
All right, we got
Yo,
the
what's
boys
good?
here, you know what I'm saying, bro? This is the first episode we do with 4 people, so this is new to us, too. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've had Kevin on here before. I've had Ivan on here before. And this is the first time I've had Julio on here. So, Julio, special guest, like I said.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to be here. Before we start, we all got to give a round of applause to Julio's. If none of this would be possible without Julio's place, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Julio. Shout out Julio.
Shout out Julio.
Thank you. But I just believe in Brian's vision, and I truly believe it's going to be great.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate
Like
bro.
that.
Means a lot. So, let's say, right. Do y'all want me to start off with the first topic, or do y'all want to hit it?
Go ahead.
Y'all want me to hit it?
Go for it, yeah.
All right, look. I feel like this could be a very controversial topic.
All right,
but
go for it.
in a belief type of way, right? What do you guys think about life after death?
Life after death.
I'm saying it depends on. It could.
It's different topics.
It could be a religious topic and it could be a belief topic. So I'll let you hit it.
Life after death. I mean, for me personally, I believe there's some type of like other. I don't want to say other world. That sounds whack. But other like I don't want to say universe either. That sounds whack. But it's like. I believe there's something else out there, like after we die. I feel like, because I feel like our spirit is not gonna just disappear. It's gonna go somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But then again, like, how should I know? I'm not dead. I'm still alive. So
I feel like based on religion plus opinion, I feel like, bro, if this is the only life we get, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, if after this we just completely go blank, whatever, like if nothing never existed, it just doesn't really
like
make
for
any
me, like
sense.
what I believe, I feel like we go to like some type of like paradise, right? Where like none of like the bad stuff, like killings and blood and stuff like that won't really exist. I believe that we go somewhere else that doesn't have any of that, and we'll see our loved ones again. That
Yeah, you know what's one thing, and I've heard a lot because of different people's experiences. People have like moments where they slightly die, and they get brought back to life, and in that moment that they died, they talk about how they saw like Jesus, or they relived like their life in a couple seconds. Like they kind of got like a flashback of their whole life in a couple seconds, and how they saw God. And it's like, we can never really know what we don't know, but it's like
true. And I will also bring up too as well, like with after you die, I feel like some people do go to that paradise island or whatever, but some people are stuck to where they die from. Say if you got murdered or something, like you have vengeance, like you're angry, that spirit, like you die pissed off, and you stay where you died and you haunt that place. I believe ghosts are real. You know what I mean? There's demons, there's ghosts. I feel like ghosts is obviously the spirit of another human being. I feel like that's real. I feel like to me, because I mean, like demons, they possess like really like harsh like they're aggravated. They're really angry. But ghosts sometimes could just be just chill, nice. It can flick a light off or whatever, but it's nice and chill. But I've just seen a lot of YouTube videos where I just feel like ghosts are real, and I feel like after you die, if you got murdered by somebody, you're gonna be angry and you're gonna be like stuck to where you passed
always
away.
have that negative energy trying to,
and then you'll haunt that one place where you died from, and then you'll never, cause you'll be so mad because you never really rested in peace. Right, you got your life taken away.
See, adding to what you're saying, I feel like based on my religion, I really believe that. So I'm Christian, and we believe that before, like, let's say, we believe that there's a point where God is gonna come back to the world and
cleanse it.
Yeah, come back for whoever accepted Him as his one and only Savior. So I believe that until that time, whoever has passed away will remain in earth. If that makes any sense. Because I feel like
that makes sense. But Catholics also believe that in some truth. We also believe that Jesus is going to have like a second coming, come back, rapture the whole earth.
Yeah.
Like everyone that did truly believe him or like sinned in like in a religion aspect is to be stayed here and tortured while he cleanses the earth.
Cool. But that's the ones who didn't. If I'm not mistaken,
didn't believe
in him. So I believe that there is a heaven and hell.
That's
strongly believe.
Look, this is on a topic because when I was little, like I said, I'm not really too religious. I wouldn't consider myself atheist, but I'm not too religious, right? When I was little, I went to a Catholic church, right? And one thing I remember them saying a lot is Jesus is coming back. Jesus is coming back. me being little and not really knowing too much about the Bible and stuff, what they meant, I always thought like, oh shit, he's coming back in a couple months, next year. And look, it may sound like dumb to say, but as a kid,
you would
I
believe
really thought
anything.
like, say he's coming in a year or something like that. And I always, I probably remember like a good like 3 years of me going to church with my parents. I mean, not willingly, but I remember that thing they would say, Jesus come back. And I mean, I always saw like, yo, he didn't come back, right? I don't know. But that's something that always stuck to me. Like, yo, they always said this, he was coming back. And I always thought about like, oh shit, by Christmas or by a couple months or in a year.
Years, yeah.
I don't know, because that's what I heard them say, he's coming back. That's what I heard. That's how I interpreted it. I don't know.
Like, what are you guys? This is a question. Do you guys fear dying?
Honestly, no. I don't fear dying because it's natural. I feel like it's gonna happen someday.
Why don't you fear dying?
Because it's gonna happen.
I
Like,
just-
why fear if it's gonna happen? Like,
I just don't fear dying. I just feel the regret of if I died, did I accomplish everything I wanted to do?
Look,
True.
I feel like dying is inevitable. So it's like one of those things that you have to willingly accept for when the time comes, it comes. You're not going to be able to exactly prepare for it.
Or fight
But
it.
I think
for
I'm
nothing.
not exactly scared of passing away. I'm more scared of when and how I pass away. If I pass away knowing I have, like, let's just say I have a pregnant wife and I didn't meet my kid, I'll be scared passing away within that moment.
Or like you said, like not accomplishing anything.
See, but the
in
thing is
life,
that
yeah.
you're at that point you're dead, so you wouldn't really know.
I know.
See, I fear death for a different reason. I feel like I fear death because the one thing I'm a believer in is that there's a heaven and hell, and I believe that if I feel like I'm not right, once again, I haven't been doing good with like, I guess my connection with.
God.
I'm sorry. I don't even. This is not
okay,
the time to crack a joke. The type of jokes you and me be cracking, bro. We're not making it to heaven, bro. Our sense of humor is way too dark for heaven.
my dark humor too. Yeah, I'm not.
I will say,
No,
me
bro, I
and
have
Brian do
said
have
some
very,
shit.
very dark humor. But that's what I'm saying, though. You see, I feel like because I'm not right. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like I'm right with my connection with God. So that I genuinely feel like if there's one thing I could fear the most, it's not even because I feel like, keep in mind, everything in this world eventually will be forgotten. Because regardless, so from my understanding, in the Bible it says that in heaven there's no jealousy, there's no anger, there's nothing but happiness. So
Yeah.
you won't look back and be like, dang, like that other time I punched Brian.
Yeah.
Or I wouldn't feel bad about it because I wouldn't even know that really happened.
You wouldn't know because
all
you'll
the
be
memories
knocked
just
out.
go.
No, I'm playing.
Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? So that's my main thought on that.
Yeah,
I'm
like
a really big believer that there is a.
yeah. For me, like I don't fear dying at all because I know one day it's gonna happen and it's just something you can't really stop
See,
from
that-
happening. Like it's
see,
gonna.
I agree with that. That I don't fear the fact that I know it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. It's just, am I going to be ready to be able to make it where I want to make it? Of course, in reality, everybody who believes in heaven and hell wants to make it to heaven.
But like, do you ever have that doubt? Like, what if there isn't? Like, there's sometimes like I do believe in heaven and hell, but like sometimes there's like that back thought. What if there's nothing?
You see, I've talked to this about. I was talking to this topic about. With my brother, and think about it. So, at least Christians, because Catholics are a little bit more lenient. Christians is if your whole point is to live a better life. Basically, that literally is.
True.
No, like let's say it would be like, oh no, like no sinning, like like doing things the right way, as in, like sex before no sex before marriage, no, obviously like normal things, no killing, no, you know what I'm saying, like normal things, like be respectful to your parent. I feel like they're all really good traits. So it's like I feel like if you live about your life based off the Bible, in reality, what are you losing? You know what I'm saying? What are you losing besides just living a normal good life? Like you know what I'm saying? Now, by that I mean, once again, like based on the Bible, right? What do you genuinely lose for believing if tomorrow you pass away and heaven or hell is not real and you just rest, or you come back into the world and live as a spirit, right?
Quick question. Do y'all believe in reincarnation? I'm gonna throw that out there.
kinda
A little
do,
off
but-
topic, but
I've seen some stories. I've seen some stories.
I'm gonna get to it, right. You know why I believe in reincarnation, right? I heard a story, right? So this guy, his best friend passed away, right? saying? And the whole time he was praying.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, right? And that whole time he was praying, yo, then my best friend reincarnated, so I can speak to him again, right? His wife was pregnant. 6 months later, the baby was born. It looked just like his best friend.
Should I laugh? I don't know.
Bro, what?
You don't get the joke? The best friend slept with the wife.
Okay.
In all seriousness, though, I'll let Julio say what he was about to say.
I forgot what I was saying.
So in my, I think it was my 4th grade class, there was a teacher. She was Christian. Her name was Miss Bishop. Shout out Miss Bishop if you watch this. She's from New York. Anyways, she told us a story.
What school?
Oh, no, that's not that important. New York or Long Island, bro?
Long
Island. Fake New Yorker. Fake New Yorker.
Okay, go ahead.
But yeah, so it was California Avenue. That was the name of the elementary school.
California Avenue.
Yeah. No, cause I'm saying I had a teacher that named Miss Bishop in Richmond. That's what
I'm talking about. And she told us a story. It was basically, it was a soldier, right? Uh-huh. He was in a plane. The plane crashed at this certain place, right? Let's say, I don't know, just a certain place, right? In the map, it crashed nowhere near where the reincarnation happened, right? Okay. So boom, he crashed. He died, right? In the army. Boom. There was a kid that was born, random kid, right? Like, you know, he was like 5 years old when he was starting to was able to talk and was able to explain a lot of things, like talked really well. He told his parents that a plane crashed right here. Showed him the map. Hey, this plane crashed right here, and he told him his rank as a soldier. Boom, told him the rank.
He's 5 years old.
5 years old.
I've heard this story before.
And whatever, right? So he crashed, he died, and he was telling him, "Oh, I died right here." They're like, "What?"
The kid said that.
The kid said that. Then they go back and they started researching that, because you know, if your kid told you that, I mean, I'm sure you like go back and research. They researched that,
right.
Bro. It was right. Yeah. There was a plane that crashed right there. The soldiers that died, at least one of them was the rank that the little kid was saying. So, and it's like, look, like, you know, that the reincarnation is not within my belief, but how can you? That's not a coincidence. That's
not.
But I will say, go ahead.
I also have like another story. I read it online and I actually like looked for the source, and so it was credible because it was on like TV shows and it was really popular at the time. It was like early 2010s. It was like a little girl, I think in northern Africa, and she was called. She like at the age of 3, she started speaking really well. She started explaining to her parents, like pointing at a specific location, like up in like around Egypt. Like
crazy.
Like, oh, I died right here. My murderer is right here in this little village. He's right there. And so like her parents were like mad concerned and like told the authorities. They went and checked, and the woman that was there, her body was not even like completely decomposed because he like salted it so to eat it. But it was that woman, like she perfectly described it, a person. They drew her face and everything, and it matched perfectly the description. That's and insane. Everything.
That a little girl?
Crazy.
Yeah, she's 3, bro.
3 years old is crazy.
I've never heard of that.
Now, another thing, how do you feel about evolution? Do y'all think we came from monkeys?
Come on, bro. That is bullshit.
I'll be honest. That's a topic that...
Hold on. With the new information we got, that aliens are real, but no one cares.
Okay, one thing I will say, once again, bro, we it's a little bit of mixture with, at least for me. I don't go based off science all that much for 2 reasons. If we go in based on religion that we know, background that we know, how were we made? Who made us?
Are you talking about religion-wise?
Religion-wise.
The common is Adam and Eve, no?
I'm saying, yeah. I mean, but you know, God put us into this world, right?
The first humans.
So God made you, at least religion-wise, background, right? Mm-hmm. So the your mind, who made it? God, right? Now we're put in this world to make our own choice, at least, right? To make our own choice as like, okay, whether we want to choose the path of Christianity or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like God, like following God, or live our life however we want, with the knowledge that there is hell and there is a Satan. Satan is not a god, but
he's an angel.
He used to be an angel. I don't know if you guys know that.
I know that. He used to be an angel.
He used to be like God's right hand, but then he saw his reflection and he knew he wanted to be in God's position, right? Anyways, he started a whole
rebellion.
thing, rebellion in heaven and whatever. And this is the part that I don't understand. Keep in mind, whoever knows this out there, like, let me know, because I would want to know about this. I haven't done too much research. Supposedly, whatever, like, God knew this all along.
No,
supposedly. What?
It's not supposedly. It actually is stated in the Bible that
it states. Yeah, it states. I'm saying supposedly because I'm not too sure about.
God is like it's. I think it's a specific verse. It's funny.
It's so funny. Wait, what?
I'm so.
David saw it.
David saw what?
So.
Never mind. If it's in the shot, it's in the shot.
What is it? What did I do?
No, instantly I did it. While he was talking, I went like this, right? Like burped, like so casually to the mic.
Anyway,
I was just saying, it's like it stated in the Bible that he knew all along that Lucifer was what he called to rebel against him and go against him. Because he's almighty.
This is a topic I'm gonna let y'all talk about. Like, I'm not religious. I'm not gonna speak on something I don't really know much about. So,
and keep in mind, everyone, if you guys know more than me, correct me. I'm not saying I'm right. I honestly don't. I haven't been keeping up all that much. Really,
everybody has their own beliefs.
Yeah, so. I'm just going based off at least more things that I've heard from people who have told me that have some knowledge in it. Not the best, just some.
I also just do a little research. It's not in depth, so correct me as well. I'm not perfect. So please.
Also, this is a disclaimer too. If anything we're saying is offensive, just don't.
Yeah, look, you don't. Yeah, I'm not trying to disrespect anyone or their beliefs. But yeah, so the big thing there was, obviously, then as God, God obviously through Lucifer and his team or his whatever group to the fall, which is like what eventually ended up becoming. It was like literally a fall. He basically kicked them out of heaven. And it was like I don't know what's the word to say, just a place of darkness, and that's where
a void.
Yeah, that's where Lucifer became his big powerful serf. You know what I'm saying? And after that, what he wanted is more people to follow him, because
those followers are deep.
Yeah, like people really, right? Because at the end of the day, it's like. The main way that people see hell, or at least me myself, is that hell is a place of suffering, of a place of sadness and regret. Yeah, thank you.
Doesn't that sound like Earth kind of?
Well, but you have choices on though. You know what I'm saying? Like you have your choice on what you regret things on, and a lot of times are made by choice.
Fix that,
But like, if you ever read like actual descriptions of hell, it never says it's eternal torture.
You say it doesn't?
It doesn't. If you actually read the scriptures,
I thought
most people like the original Bible, the Hebrew Bible, they originally had it, but eventually mysteriously got burned down. So someone clearly burned it down on purpose. I think
that's us.
That's a conspiracy, but the translation originally never said hell was like eternal, like torture.
You see, I always have been told or whatever that it was. So that's something new. I just.
But Christian, Catholic.
Yeah, and then I also acknowledge the bad in my religion. Like, I think the translation was made to make people fearful and to follow the Almighty at a point.
Look, I will say though, right?
Historically,
I feel like religion. You guys may, I don't know who may feel some type of way about this. I don't know if y'all may agree or disagree. But I feel like any religion is man-made, right? I feel like at one point in time it was all man-made, and I feel like people created it to control people or have them fear something or have them act good for a reason. I feel like God is, to most people, most believers, is a very powerful symbol or message, and it prevents them from doing certain things that they could do if it wasn't for God. They'll have something to fear. What keeps people in check? In any type of government or authority or whatever, what keeps people in check? Fear, right? If you didn't fear anything, it wouldn't keep you in check. I'm saying,
but you're scared of the law.
Yeah, one way or another, let's just say, you know what I'm saying, you would, if you would try to do something, you'd be afraid, or you would think about it at least, like, yo, there's a chance the cops might get me or something. Same with God. I'm saying there's been stories of people that are about to kill somebody, and they see God, or they think of God, and they don't do it. Why? Because they fear God. They let that person live. I feel like God was a man-made thing to control people. Because, hear me out, right? I feel like there's a system in place in the world, and at this point, I'm not even really talking financially or about a government, but even with religion and all that, I feel like it's just like something they want people under control. God is like the next closest authority besides a physical authority. You know what I'm saying? As in, like, people fear God. People are like, okay, if I do this, God may feel some type of way about this. God is something people pray to, worship, something people ask forgiveness to. It's something people look up to, right? It's a powerful meaning that in reality is not a physical figure. But I feel like at one point in time it was created as a symbol by man to keep people in check. That's just me, right? Like I said, I'm not exactly too religious, but I feel like that's how I see it. And
I understand what you're saying. Opinion, yeah, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I think it's a valid point to make. I do. I generally do. Saying, yeah. Even though I will agree to disagree because I do believe in my religion, but I agree with what you're saying because I do understand. I mean, that is 100%. You know, I've thought the same thing that you were saying right now. I've thought that before. You know, the one thing I will say though, I mean, keep in mind, there's a lot of things that are beyond. There's just within ourselves. There's a lot of things that is beyond our mind, like things that we can't understand. So I feel like personally, as someone that is a believer, that's where like you know what I'm saying? Like it's something I don't understand. It's something that we'll never understand.
Let me ask you one question, and it's like, it gets you thinking, right? It's a very simple question, but it gets you thinking. In reality, what are we?
Yeah.
What are we? To us, we're used to it. We're, I guess, are live humans. In reality, what are we? We may know it as life. In reality, life is anything. If you look at like a textbook, the definition of life is a plant. Life is a cloud. Life is a.
So do you think we live in a matrix?
Look, matrix would be man-made.
There's two sides. If I was religious, I would say no. I do believe in more on the scientific side and like human development. Hear me out, right? Y'all know how humans were creating AI, things like that. There's aliens out there. Things that are way beyond our advancement that maybe like 100 years ago or a couple years ago, we wouldn't even know was a possibility. In a short amount of time, how much we've developed, think about it. If 1,000 years from now, I don't even know we would be people at that point, but if civilization got so advanced, they could time travel or go back in time and fix a reality, a simulation, as people may call it, then we would technically beat that simulation to them.
So do you think people from the future time travel here to kind of...
I don't think they time travel here, but I think it's something they create.
We are a after effect of what someone's trying to fix something.
We are the artificial product of what they created, and we're just living it, we're spectating it. Like I said, that's something that could be happening if, like I said, if future civilization got very advanced.
Think about this though. But when you say you believe,
wouldn't that support parallel universes?
I mean, scientifically, yes.
Because time. One thing I've seen
time is relative.
Time doesn't work like in a constant moving like past, present, forward. In reality, time is happening at different times in time. I don't know. I don't explain it.
It's like
have you guys seen the movie Interstellar?
Yeah,
I have. Have you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right? Interstellar. Yeah. Do you remember the movie Interstellar?
It explains it to you that right here, 100 miles per hour is not the same as like a light year. Like it's like so much. It's the difference is time moves, but everything moves at a different time.
Yeah, but the point I'm trying to make in Interstellar. No, that's the same. Interstellar. It was like if you watch Interstellar, it's like almost a 3-hour long movie. It's a movie you can't watch once because you wouldn't understand it if you only watch once. So things that happen in the beginning of the movie make sense at the end of the movie. but you would have to watch it twice to understand why it happened at the beginning of the movie. So it's like, if I can give a good example of the movie, I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. There was a little girl's room, right? There's a little girl and the dad. Those are the main characters, right? The dad is an astronaut. The little girl has a room, and so at the beginning of the movie, the little girl's room, there's a bookshelf, like a bookshelf in the back wall. There's a book that comes off the wall, and the girl saw it fall and the dad saw it fall. They didn't know why it fell, right? The reason why it fell was because at that time the dad was going to space. At that time the dad was going to space. The little girl didn't want her dad to go to space. So when that book fell, it was at the end of the movie. The dad, while he was in space, he time traveled back to that point. He was the one himself that pushed that book out to try and send himself a message to not go to space. So
spoiler alert.
Time works. I guess time works and not just a constant thing. Time is a multi-variable type of thing.
Around, yeah.
It's a leap branches.
Because in reality, like something that's happening in the future right now is happening currently while we're in our present. Does that make sense? So if civilization is very advanced in the future, their present, whatever they may do in their time, they could come back or whatever. It's our present, but it's also their present.
But I also believe, like, if someone from the future time travels to a time in the past and alters some things, then timeline itself will alter reality and stuff like that.
Yeah, I do think so, because if civilization is very advanced and actually there's already a history that built up to it, and they go back in time and change that history, I do think that's where the parallel universe kicks in.
You know, this is the one thing that I will say that confuses me about scientific beliefs is that both are hard to believe, right?
Mm-hmm.
One, I mean, my side is believing that we came from higher up. That's really hard to believe. It's also really hard to believe that we came from a Big Bang Theory.
Guess what? That got disproven.
It did.
It did. We found NASA found, or I believe it was like one of the interstellar scopes, and it took a picture of something that was like so old it went past the initial estimated Big Bang by a lot.
Really?
So it was like a couple 100 million still past, like before the Big Bang ever happened.
See, and that's the one thing I don't understand, because supposedly there was dinosaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Then after dinosaurs, it was hundreds of thousands of years before humans came into place, and then humans come into place, and then we got so much shit that just doesn't even add up how it happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I believe you touched a little bit base with the podcast in the podcast with Jason about the pyramids.
Yeah.
I was about to bring it up. Yeah.
All I can really to give a really short description of what I said. I basically said, right, Jason said pyramids were hard to build. I said no. I would just go to the Home Depot, pick up 20 of my Mexican friends, and we would build those pyramids, right?
But how much is bro? Search it up. I believe isn't it like
It's like tons, bro.
Yeah,
like thousands of
thousands
of tons, bro.
Tens of not thousands of tons, thousands of pounds. So it's a couple tons. Because a ton.
No,
I believe it's like 20 tons.
Bro, it's 20 tons.
For a brick though, that sounds way too heavy.
Yeah, I think.
But I feel like
bro, even to this day, we don't have a single
vehicle. Yeah.
That can pick that. That can pick
one thing Jason said, and I'm not sure if it's true or not because I didn't go and check myself, but he said someone tried getting a crane and picking up one singular block of the same amount of weight.
Yeah, broke the crane.
And it made the crane tilt sideways. Hey, they were back then a couple years ago. They didn't have that amount of technology or machinery to pick up heavy ass block, and they had.
How would you know? How would you know?
You're right. I don't know how advanced civilization was back then, and it could have been like I said. Every couple hundred years, a couple thousand years, there's a reset in civilization.
2.5 tons.
That's 2,500 pounds.
That's heavy.
2,500 pounds per block.
That's like half a
car.
car.
You know what I'm saying? Something. Let's just say, right? Anybody can pick up something that's 100 pounds, right? The bigger it is, the easier it is to carry. Those blocks aren't exactly too big. They're very compact. Now imagine a very compact block. I really want to estimate it's the size of this table, right? I really feel like it's the size of this table, a block. I may be wrong, right? That's just an estimate. But it's different picking up a 2,500-pound object that's pretty big within a couple people, picking up a 2,500-pound object that's really small and compact. It makes it feel heavier
Yeah.
because of the size. You know what I'm saying?
This is kind of like picking up like 100-pound like weight versus like 100-pound dog.
Not,
It's
not
different.
only, not only that though, but you see like the pyramids are pretty high, bro.
Yeah.
They're pretty high.
So a lot
but
of
if we
slaves
wanna-
will walk up
Yeah,
there and
that's
kind
what
of
I'm
place
saying.
it.
And
Yeah.
another thing, they're aligned too perfect,
Yeah.
bro.
They're perfectly in line to like the stars and sun.
Yeah. That's one thing we said on the podcast with Jason. If you guys haven't watched that podcast, go watch it. But
We'll leave that topic a little bit, aside, so you guys could go back into the
Yeah.
video.
we didn't
Now-
go too in depth into it. But
Now, there's another thing too. Do y'all believe in immortality?
Hold
Y'all
up,
believe in that?
can like
Hold on,
retract,
Hold on. I feel like we'll get to that in a second,
but
but I feel like let's finish this topic a little bit because I feel like that's gonna get
I want to like a little branch a little since we're like talking about aliens and like ancient civilizations. Now that like kind of confirmed they're true, like or they exist. Do you think Atlantis was an actual city that was built?
Atlantis.
Yeah, like built by like advanced
You know what's
civilization.
crazy? I will believe it because not even us humans actually understood the whole ocean. We haven't explored it yet.
We haven't even explored what like
Like,
one.
I
whole-
think
like 5% of it, right?
We haven't explored. I think the amount of ocean we explored, I may be wrong. It's only 3%.
And you know what's crazy? No, like
No, it's 7 now or 10.
It may. I
7%
mean,
of 100?
if it has
Yeah,
changed,
it's
maybe. But even then, that's a lot, bro.
7%.
But
I think 7%
But,
a
but that's
lot.
crazy because we're focusing on like Elon Musk is focusing on the space. We should focus on the ocean. We have a lot of things we don't know about the ocean yet.
And another,
But
another
then
thing, bro. another
NASA
thing-
started as a ocean exploration.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And not only that, bro, even when they went into space, bro, they're bullshit. I mean, I don't know if you guys want to believe that there was a moon landing, bro.
Yo,
There is-
that's one of the topics I have
Wait,
written
so
down in my notes. The moon landing, and that's what I really
Yeah,
wanted to
if it
bring
was
up.
real, why wouldn't they recreate it?
Bro, not
Here,
only
wait,
that,
hold
bro.
up. Let's go in a yes and no, and then we'll explain.
Alright.
Do you guys think the moon landing was real? I'll go first. No.
What the
Wait.
I kind of believe it.
Yes
just
or no?
'cause
Yes
as
or-
a
yes
kid,
or no
yes,
now?
yes.
Yes.
can I kind of
Yes or no? Yes or no, and then we'll explain.
Yes.
No.
No. All right. You can start first.
All right, so look, listen to the moon landing happened in 1960s, right?
I think 1969.
Was it an
Nice.
arms race,
Nice.
right? Arms race between the Soviet Union and.
Look,
Am I wrong? I don't know.
It might be. I
There
may be
was, there
wrong.
was a race. It was
Arms
a
race,
race.
yeah.
supposedly.
Soviet Union and
United
America. I may be wrong. I really want to say it's 1969 or
Years, I
1967.
don't know about years. Yeah.
I really. It's either.
It was
two.
in the in the mid 19,
Uh-huh.
19.
So do you think Neil Armstrong didn't go to the moon?
Bro,
Is that
'cause
what
look,
you're
listen to this. Listen to this.
Alright.
So we're talking about we went to space before cars had AC, before cars had any type of GPS, before cars. Man, before actually like cars were cars, really. You know what I'm saying? We went to space and found, and we took a spaceship to space, right? Landed perfectly on a planet or,
It was the
or
moon.
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
the
the
moon.
moon.
I don't know what it's considered a planet or whatever.
Back-
No, it's a
I
moon.
think even back then it was still considered a moon. I
Moon,
really.
okay,
It's
so-
always considered moon.
Okay, so all right, so we landed on the moon, which the surface of the moon is like bumpy, all this, all that, right? We landed on the moon. They were able to play little, you know what I'm saying, like do their little thing, you know what I'm saying, walk around, whatever, jump around, whatever you want to call it. Get back in the spaceship. Days later, they got back into Earth.
I think it's a month to travel to space and back.
Look, I don't
Really?
look. I would say
Wow.
let's not go too into depth, as in like let's not try to prove something as facts that we really don't know. Let's go based more off of opinion.
Okay.
Because
But yeah, so but
disclaimer.
the my opinion is there's no way that we barely had cars that functioned the way that cars function the way now, and that was the only time we went.
yeah,
and we haven't gone
back
ever since.
Yeah.
But maybe people are scared to go. I don't know.
Bro, there's
No.
too many people that don't give a fuck about life. Not
They
that
are
much.
willing.
Bro, and
They are willing to go.
Tell me this. You will be known, regardless whether you make it or not. You will be known as that person that grew the balls to go all the way to the moon.
Can I say something? It has to do with what you say. You remember earlier when we said how people fear God or something like people fear God? There's a video, right? There's a video, and if I can find it, I'll pull it up. But Neil Armstrong, the man that went to the moon, he was asked by a reporter. You know what I'm talking about, right? So he was asked by a reporter. He was like, "Hey, can you put your right hand on the
On
Bible,
the Bible and say that you
that you really went to the moon?" He denied it. He denied it. He didn't even pay attention to the question, even though he heard it.
I saw that video.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Why, if people, you know what I'm saying? Why, if he really truly did do it, and he really truly did, he really do say, yo, hear me out. People, it's in our human nature. People like being recognized for something. People like feeling that accomplishment. People like that attention. If you truly did something, why not wear it on your chest and say, you know, if I really did it, yeah, I went to the fucking moon. I did it. He denied putting his right hand on the Bible that he did, and people fear. That's one thing that I feel like people fear.
But
God.
maybe he signed a contract and said, I don't know, maybe like government shit. You know what I mean? Maybe,
Well,
maybe
at that point,
he
bro,
wasn't allowed to.
he's involved in the government because
Yeah.
he's part of NASA, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Maybe he wasn't legally allowed to say anything.
Bro, at that point, bro, it's already out.
But I don't know.
Okay, if you
No,
for
but
example,
maybe they're
for
covering
example,
something
For
up.
example, well,
Yeah.
bro, what anything government wise eventually comes out to the public. Perfect example. Area 51 was where the aliens supposedly have been held or whatever for a minute, right?
And the whole protest.
Yeah,
they were
and,
going out
yeah,
there,
yeah. And when was that? That was 2020, wasn't it?
The
2021.
protest.
No. The
With the Area 51 raid.
the Area 51
They
thing.
went,
Yeah, yeah.
2020.
The raid that never happened.
I
It
think
was
it was
2020.
2021.
All right, 2020, 2021.
Something, yeah.
2-3 years later, we're here now. They said okay,
government
aliens are real.
confirmed it.
Yeah,
But I feel like they're confirming it just to cover something up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm-
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Can I say something? The time that they confirmed, this was like what, 2 weeks ago, right? That they confirmed aliens were real.
Yeah,
2 weeks ago. It was around there. Yeah, it wasn't too long
bro,
ago.
I was eating
Hold
lunch.
on.
So
It was
around the
on-
time that was going
Hold
on.
do y'all think aliens live among us?
Hold on. I'm gonna cut you off a little, right?
All right, go ahead.
When the time that they said that the aliens were going on, it was the same time that they found out that Russian ships were surrounding us, and like a bunch of other things going on. Cause you right? The government, there's a lot of things the government doesn't want you to know. They'll use things as cover-ups to draw attention to that one topic.
While they're doing something over
what's
here.
really going on.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I believe that, yeah.
you know what I'm saying? And they brought that out. Do you really think they wouldn't have brought that up? Like, they couldn't have brought that up 10 years ago, 5 years ago, a couple years ago? Why bring it up now? They planned that shit, bro.
It's like-
Perfectly.
So, yeah.
Perfect example also is like, you know how like when the submarines was happening, the whole thing with the submarines, and you know how
If you feel it was a cover up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They were counting down. And the one thing that came out, if I'm not mistaken, is that in Cali in Washington they passed the law to be able to sell processed food, like up meat or like that's lab made. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
It's
Wow,
lab made.
I did not hear that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't
look
hear
it
about
up.
that
Look it
either.
up. I'm serious. Lab made food. The law to be able to sell that in restaurants was passed in Cali and Washington. I don't know where else, but I know those two places are
You
confirmed.
know what?
So basically, it won't come from an animal. It would just come from a lab now.
From a lab.
I think a coworker told me about that.
Yeah.
I forgot who I was working with, but they told me about
Yeah,
that.
that-
Won't that technically be vegan food?
Mm.
I mean, it's supposed to be.
Synthetic meat.
It's supposed to be real meat, but
But it's not coming from an
Lab-
animal. So
yeah,
You know,
but lab-
I think this is kind of on the same subject, but I guess not really if you think about it, maybe. But you know how people, you know how you're saying like people grow, they have lab grown meat. You know, people have brought back. I saw a study, right, or it was actually true. Scientists brought back an old embryo or an old like.
Dinosaur, right?
I
No,
think
yeah,
I don't.
no,
I
no.
don't. I don't really want. I don't want to say dinosaur exactly, but an old like fossil back to life.
I heard that they're trying to bring back the mammoth. That's what I heard. The woolly
I
mammoth.
have. I
Yeah.
have heard that too. I have heard that too.
Which, like, how do y'all feel about that? That animal's not going to survive. You know how big a woolly mammoth is?
Look, because I think there is a way, and I'm not like I said. I don't really want to speak on something I don't know too much about. But
They
from
might-
what I understood and from what I read, it's like they take the DNA from that fossil and try to mix it in somewhere else.
To genetically make it.
Yeah, but,
but it was still
Wouldn't that be
wouldn't-
Jurassic like Park?
yeah.
I'm saying-
Jurassic World?
Technically, I feel like they shouldn't
right.
do that because y'all seen the movies. Like, that
No,
can cause a lot of
I'm being
destruction.
so honest. Like
Yeah.
it's Jurassic World.
I will say that.
Hey, oh, hold on.
Look,
Hold on,
y'all
hold on,
can
hold
call
on.
me crazy. I'll go up to the mammoth and take a picture, bro. I'll be like, this is my brother, bro.
They are aggressive, bro.
No, but I feel like that's a bad thing too because the government can probably weaponize those animals.
Bro,
Think
I'll
about
be
it.
honest,
if,
bro.
if
What
it's
if
genetically
they're-
made, they could weaponize
What if
it.
they're genetically making them just to have more food options because we're running out of resource so fast that we had to like genetically
Or-
make
Wait.
population
I'm
control.
a question him on this. Population control is something we brought up on the private video with me and Kevin. If y'all want to watch that video, hit me up for the link, right?
Oh yeah.
It may be out by now, but whenever this video comes out, but right. Look, I'm gonna question you that.
Like for more food, yeah.
Yeah, from
You said we're low on resources. What exactly do you need? You need food or like what do you need?
everything, bro. Like, think about it. There's too many people and too many. It's just too much. The planet, you can clearly tell the planet every day stops looking like Earth, and it's getting sadder. You can clearly tell that, bro.
Maybe that has something to do with lab grown food.
Bro, and if you actually check the news, bro, we're supposed to be run out with resources. We're gonna first see it in 2035. Scientifically, we should be out by 2055 of all things. Food.
2055.
2055.
Okay.
That's like 30 years from now.
Hear me out.
Something like that.
What do y'all remember? I'm not sure like at what time frame. Like I'm not even trying to be funny. Like if you were even like here or like if y'all were even like old enough or whatever. But do y'all remember when the movie 2012 came out?
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
I've
about?
never seen the movie.
Yeah,
But you know what I'm
I've
talking
heard of it, but I've never
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah, where
Okay.
the end of the world's happening or something like that.
Yeah, because
So-
everyone believed the world was gonna end.
Because
December
there's been
12th,
too many
2022.
times. There's been too many times where, let's say, people will act like, "Hey, guys, I spoke with so and so. I got these news from so and so. World is ending. Come with me. Come with me." And bro, once again, a lot of people are paranoid to die, so they'll follow. Like,
I also heard like there's a lot of conspiracy theories around like June 6, 2006, the whole 666 thing. I've heard that's like some.
Wait, what? Chill, bro.
No. I just, no, I'm
Pause,
saying
bro.
like back in
Take that jab.
2006,
Yeah, bro.
like there was some. Okay. Anyway.
Chill,
Yeah,
bro. You
nah.
wild, bro. That dude bringing that negative energy.
Yeah, but it was kind of like it was what we were talking about earlier, like about just the whole religion thing. Like there was some speculation where like people would do some devil stuff on that day, or like people were scared because it's June 6th, 2006.
It's like time frames like 333. Supposedly that's a devil time. That's the time.
Yeah,
that
I've
the
heard
devil
Oh, 3
and
o'clock,
demons
yeah.
reach their peak of.
It sounded kind of good. I ain't gonna lie.
That was a beamer for sure.
That could be
yeah.
that could be
Pop, pop,
GTI or GLI.
Yo,
Basically, we heard a car popping, but you know what I'm saying? We
yeah,
make.
low key. But anyway, back to the topic. So, yeah, supposedly 333 is the time where they reach their peak, like Satan, demons,
Let me.
and entities. What are they called?
Yeah, something like entities. You're right. You look. This may be a little bit off topic what we talk about, but the same topic you just brought up. Y'all know how movies, Sinister, Annabelle, whatever
Mhm.
movies, exorcisms. Do y'all truly think that is truly real? The exorcism of people, demons getting into you, or what do y'all think?
I
Yeah?
believe that. Yeah. I believe that.
I believe that because there are some records, and just like aliens, there are records in the Vatican because they keep everything in a church
See, I
secret.
don't know about aliens. I feel like that's one of those topics where it's like, look, that I believe that there is a. I don't know. You know what it is? I don't believe alien is what it has been seen to be. You know what I'm saying, on movies.
Yeah,
and all
like
that.
big green.
Yeah,
like
I
weird
don't
looking
think it's
head,
like
yeah.
that, but I don't doubt that there's some type of life out there.
Do
that
you
we
think
don't
they gave us that image? Do you think like maybe the government or Hollywood pushed that image on us of a big green thing to give us a better or have a more comfortable idea what they look like compared to what they really do?
know? Yes, I mean,
Or
just think about it.
or aliens could be looking like us. They could
Yeah.
be living
You know
among
what it
us.
is though? Okay,
so-
you said it earlier when you were talking about how like God is a man-made thing.
Uh-huh.
Right? You said that. Well, how can you not make it a man-made thing when you give it a body, when you give it what we understand with our mind, then it's no longer a man-made thing. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if you tell me, yo, best way I can tell you, right? If you tell me like you got X amount of money, you were just telling me that. So I mean, I could be like, bro, this dude is bullshitting.
Uh-huh.
And then you show it to me in person, or you show me a picture.
Yeah,
I'll be like, but nowadays you can add anything.
yeah.
yeah.
I know it's not like the same, but I'm saying like once we see it in an object, like into what we understand, like an object or a person or a body or something, then we'll understand it more. I feel like that's probably why the government gave us like a little Hollywood or government gave us a little bit
An
of
idea.
an idea.
Oh, the
Yeah.
description of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something to, because think about it. How come now the majority of people, I mean, I guess everybody, aliens, we all think about the same thing or if not a similar idea of aliens.
I mean,
because that's what they push on us. Or that's the.
I mean, I really believe like they live among us. Like that thing from Marvel, like those. What do you call those things? Y'all know from Marvel, the little green guys that turn to actual people or whatever.
Green from Miss Marvel.
From Marvel, like the green.
Is it like mutants?
Captain Marvel?
I may be wrong. No, it's like the green. I forgot what you call them. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. I don't know their names, but like they turn into other people. Like they like
shapeshifters.
The blue ones. No, they're green. They're green. I forgot the name, but they're from Marvel. I'm saying like I believe that could be aliens for us.
Thanos.
No. They're green. They're green.
Bro. What the fuck?
I will say though, that's kind of like. I get what you're saying. Maybe leave that out just because Marvel's been made, but I would say the same kind of concept. Like they could.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying.
The one thing I truly believe though is like they're gonna try to give us an idea because everybody has kind of an idea that there is another life because there's no way that we are the only one.
The only life, yeah. No, there's definitely.
All right, so what if you think that they gave us that to be able to hide the fact that when there is that the aliens or whatever, we don't recognize it because what we think of them as is this green big head looking thing. Mm-hmm. But in reality, for all we know, they're walking around us all along. There's too many movies that aliens take over our bodies. Yeah. So I think that could be a thing where it's like they may seem like they made us all believe because when we think of an alien, I think big head, green looking
eyes,
yeah.
Or I feel like people who gone missing, reportedly missing, maybe aliens maybe took them, study how we operate and how we are.
And now they're
but
not.
That's kind of a big throw.
Yeah, that's a reach, but I do think that they gave us this idea, so when we do see something a little bit odd, or we don't think, oh, that's not an alien, that's just. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Something weird.
Yeah, something weird. Like
you know what I'm saying? Because the idea of aliens has been, I'm sure that idea has been talked about or like pushed out there.
We can think of.
Yeah. Since we were born, right? Because even I remember being in elementary school and there were being alien books.
Before that, aliens, I'm sure. I've talked to people who are like 50s, 60s, and the alien things were big back then too.
Yeah.
A bunch of UFO
sightings, stuff like that. I will say, like a long time ago when Ebola was a thing, I will say that had fear in me. I was scared about that because I've heard about again. I was a little kid. I don't know much, but I've heard that Ebola can kind of like turn you into a zombie type thing.
Nah,
but I was a kid. I ain't know anything. I was a kid. Like I was like, because I've seen like you get.
Have you had like the salt water in Florida where a woman took like some type of drug and kind of made her zombie like, and she actually bit the face of a guy.
No, I haven't heard about that.
And kind of people.
She was hungry.
That's fine.
That's fine. Sorry, speaking of food, do you have any leftovers, bro?
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
All right. Continue.
Yo, chill. We're not gonna leave the podcast.
No, I'll come back.
Come on. Sit down.
I got a little hunger. I'll come back.
Say cut this, but keep these videos for like.
Bro, hold on, bro. You're not about to be fat by yourself. Bro.
Exactly, bro. Let me get a bite too.
Everybody here got a celebrity crush?
I could think of one.
I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I'll be honest.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well, how everybody here has a childhood crush?
No names.
A childhood crush, as in like honestly, elementary school childhood type shit.
Honestly, I don't. I can't. No. I've had people who I want to fuck, but now they're childhood crush.
In elementary?
All right, Nat.
That's wild.
That's crazy, bro.
You already thinking about fucking him.
Look.
Wait, hold on. We're cutting this, right?
We can't do this up, right?
Homie's word. He's like, fuck.
No, you were thinking about your girl real quick, weren't you?
Shh. All right, what's the topic I want to talk about?
Hey, can we got a No, look good.
So we can all agree on like so we can all talk about like
porn. Talk about porn.
Bro, you're gonna get me killed, bro.
What?
Oh, him. You said porn. Let's talk about porn. Bro, all three of us are gonna be dead in the coffin.
Favorite porn stars? Name it.
Is it normal to like a toxic partner? No, stop.
Now let's end it. That nigga throwing this.
At who?
Cassandra.
What? What? What he say?
Nah. Man, he didn't live it.
All right, look.
Just chill, bro. Bro, listen. Ice Spice, no stop. But that has to be cut.
Yeah. Yeah, this is cut too, right? Ice Spice is fine as fuck.
Leaving that in the video.
No.
Moving away from that, it could be like, what is things that your Hispanic parents used to do that you never understood?
How about
Bro.
getting? Wait, have we
Yes.
all been grounded as kids?
Yeah.
We have.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we
I've
grounded.
never been grounded. I've been whooped.
That's what I'm saying.
Me
That's
too,
what I'm
bro.
saying.
Yeah, that too.
I used to get whooped.
All right. Look, you're half Mexican, half Dominican.
Dominican too? Okay, yes sir.
What are you?
That nigga only knows the only que lo que word from Dominican Republic.
Nah.
Wow.
I'm Colombian Dominican.
Look, I'm gonna have. Look, all
Abad.
right, moving away from aliens, right? We're all Hispanics here, right? So this has nothing to do with what we've been talking about. But being disciplined as a kid may be different how the American parent disciplines their kids. I'm gonna have to call out my parents on this one, right?
Nah.
I'm sorry, right? I'm sorry.
Yeah, mom,
You
dad,
know,
y'all
look,
see this?
It wasn't
Yeah,
my mom. It wasn't my mom. It was mainly
the La
my.
Rosa parents, bro. I respect everything you guys did.
Y'all made him who he is today. Appreciate you.
I don't know. For my parents, I don't know. The villas. Go ahead. I'll show my story afterwards.
It was mainly my dad that disciplined. My mom always tried to look out and make things like more lenient for me. But you don't understand. I had like some very traditional punishments. Besides like the typical getting whooped and beat the shit, right?
That's wild, bro.
Abusive,
Bro.
bro.
That's abusive.
I was whooped as a kid, right? Like
12 gonna come down on your friend, bro.
CPS, bro.
Listen,
CPS is gonna come.
I had like I said, like,
Animal control gonna come.
all right, look.
I'm
what I
sorry,
said-
bro.
So look, I would have to. There was different ones, right? But like a couple of them was like I would have to kneel on like the wooden floor on my knees, and like have my hands up in the air like this. And every time I would like bring my hands down, you know what I'm saying? Like if I didn't bring them back up, I get whooped, right? And shout out my dad, right? I was about to say some mean stuff, but whatever, right? Whatever. It happened, whatever, right? Or when I would have to sit at the bottom of the steps of the stairs all day until he got back home. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Would you sit there all day?
I would sit there all day.
Your mom, would you be with your mom or no?
And my mom would be around, you know what I'm saying? But like
She couldn't do anything?
That's kind of wild.
Yeah, I mean,
What?
it was just that I guess it's like one of those things you'd fear. You know what I'm saying? I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? It's something I feel like I don't know. I really know. I really don't remember because I was a kid. But I'm saying like I remember being at those steps. I would fall asleep. I would find a way to fall asleep at the bottom of the steps, what I'm saying, right?
How many times did you do that, do you know? No.
Bro, you're saying I've always been a troublemaker.
Oh,
And,
like,
like-
I know that.
All right, you're saying I'm saying a troublemaker and like at home or at school, I was a troublemaker. The more you told me not to do it, the more I would do it. It made the more you tell me not to, the more I would do it. You know what I'm saying? If a teacher told me not to do this, it would make me feel better doing it more. Guilty pleasure. You know what I'm saying? A guilty pleasure, right? And so like it became a routine. Like, all right, bam. You know what I'm saying? You with me? Bam. I'm gonna get my get back, or I'm gonna do it again. What I'm saying? That was just
I need my link back.
You know what I'm saying? I need my lick back. You know what I'm saying? I had very
You're
traditional
gonna get
like
a whip
punishments.
back.
It was like
What?
What?
I remember one time, right? This one I won't forget, right? So one time, I forgot what I told my dad. I think I cursed at him or something, right? And I ran up
to the belt out.
Yo, let me tell you, my bad. I ran up the stairs because he tried like throwing a shoe at me from the bottom to the top of the stairs. Dodged that shit, right? Boom! I felt like fucking like Superman.
I feel like
dodged that
Flash.
shit, right?
Hell yeah, I dodged that shit.
And there were some times where I caught it and I felt like I said unstoppable.
Feel like
right?
that.
Yeah. And then I ran to my room, locked the door, and you know what I'm saying, like I hopped in the corner and I was like, yo, I'm unstoppable, right? No one can fucking get in here, right? You understand, right? This motherfucker.
You locked the door?
Yeah, I locked the door. My dad comes, bro. No. You understand? One time, he kicked the door down, and me in the corner of the bed, I was like, fuck. It was over, right? It was over. At that point, it was over. I shit myself. Like, not literally, right? But I knew it was done. It was game over, right?
Was it game over?
It was game over. He kicked the door down. I was like, fuck. I didn't think he would actually kick the door down, right? And you know what I'm saying? And you know, I had my bed was like a small bed. it was a twin bed, right? And then I had a wooden cabinet like right next to the bed, and so when he pulled me down from the bed, I cut open my hand or something.
Shit.
And you know what I'm saying? Besides the whooping I got, you know what I'm saying? But it was like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Right?
They took you to the vet?
Yo.
Yeah.
Hey, at least pets have more papers than you do, dog.
Oh, hey.
All right.
I'll call ICE right now, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
Hey,
you wildin'. Why you gotta come for the camera, man? Like, that's it. All right, look. All right, so going. You know, you said that they used to put you on your knees and put your hands up.
Yo.
That's crazy. Look, shout out my grandma. She's a go. I'm gonna be honest. I hold no grudges against her because I don't think I was exactly a bad kid, but I definitely used to fight a lot with my brother. Anyways, so I was in El Salvador. Fuck you before you start saying some stupid shit. So I was in
I had a joke made up in my head, but it's kind of disrespectful, bro.
I was in El Salvador. But look, so
Yo.
I forgot I could do that, bro. There's bubbles in this bitch, bro. So.
this is the reason why
I got whooped as a
yeah,
kid.
bro.
Yeah.
It didn't spill.
All right, bro, we're cutting this, bro.
We might leave it in for the one time.
All right,
No.
So look, listen.
Chill.
My grandma, I used to fight with my brother on a daily, bro. There's no way that
your
should
brother?
ever happen. Yeah, I have two older brothers.
Which one would you fight? Oh, they're older.
Oh yeah, they're both older. There's one that's 22 and there's one that's 25. The one that's 22. Is he 20? I think he's 20. Yeah, 22. That's the one I used to fight with all the time when I was little. So they used to put me on my knees with my hands up. And the same way, they would whoop me if I put them down.
Yeah.
If I kept crying, she would whoop me, right? But the biggest thing was, I don't remember this at all, but everybody else does. They made me, because me and him fought so much, they made me lick salt off his back, and he licked salt off my back. Why? Because we stopped fighting. That's like a humiliation type of thing.
Okay.
More than anything, so we wouldn't want to fight again. It worked. I mean, we still kept fighting, but not as bad as we used to. I will say though, there was a 9 out of 10. I would get whooped because I was doing something bad, and even though I don't agree 100% with that, I will say it has made me a
better person.
Yeah, it's made me think about all the shit that I did a little differently. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, like it's just like
It humbles you.
yeah, it's just the one thing, the biggest lesson that I caught from that, and I will say that she made it very clear every time that I would get punished for, is the fact that I shouldn't be fighting with my brother. Now,
at the end of the day, I know he's not your blood brother, but that's actually your best friend.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
like,
and
that's blood, right?
But even now with both of my brothers, bro, we'll maybe have like a little argument, but it's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Like it's something we'll get over like this. But
because you would experience that as you were a
kid. Yeah. And now it's just like, bro, I don't know if, obviously it's because we're older, right? But still, we just don't fight at all. Well, we should look out for each other instead. You know what I'm saying?
Instead of fighting each other, yeah. No, I feel the same way with my brothers Chris and Nico. Shout out Chris and Nico right there.
Chris and Nico.
So no, yeah, like back in the day, I would argue with my little brother all the time. I've had a fight with Chris. I don't know if y'all met Chris. Maybe.
What are the shoes, bro? The clown shoes, bro.
Yeah,
what are they called?
The Rick Owens.
The Rick Owens.
Yo,
is that your brother?
That's my little brother. Yeah, Chris.
We flamed them.
That was him.
Yeah.
The Rick Owens.
The Rick Owens.
Yeah. That's your little brother.
He's not little no more. Yeah,
he's big step of Rick Owens.
Bro, he's around like my age, no?
Yeah, no, he is.
21.
Yeah, okay.
21.
Oh, 21.
Yeah, true.
Okay, yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I didn't know that was your brother.
So yeah, that's my little brother. I know, like back then, like he didn't look like that, but we would have a lot of fights. And the one I would more fight with would be Nico. Shout out Nico. He's in Air Force right now. He's in Florida.
Oh shit.
He's the one I would more fight with back in back in the day. Me and Chris were a lot more closer. Me and Nico were kind of like always on conflicts here and there. And
your older brother?
No, I'm the oldest. Okay. He's 21 now. He just turned 21. So happy birthday, July 28th. Yeah. So, no, but we would always break at each other. I know my parents, my mom and dad, shout out them. They would kind of like always try to bring us closer because like at the end of the day, we're best friends. Like we sort of look after each other. And same with my little brother Chris. Like we always gotta look after each other. So I know we always had our bickerings, but at the end of the day, I know. Yeah, even back in the day, I was a bad kid too. I would always. I did. Yeah.
Like, but how often?
How bad?
Airing it
How
out.
bad?
What was the worst thing you got whooped with?
What's it I got whooped with?
Yeah. What's the object you got whooped with?
Bro, you know what I'm saying? I remember one time, you know what I'm saying? Look, my dad, look, no, now it wasn't one time, but my dad's like special, what was it, special weapon? Like his go-to weapon?
The belt, right?
No, yeah, it was a belt.
I was about to say, yeah,
it was
a belt.
It was
Yeah.
a technical belt. But bro, this wasn't like no normal belt, right?
Was it metal?
Yeah, the buckle was straight metal, right? But it was like one of those military like cotton belts. So like the actual like belt material was like a very, very thick and strong and flexible Velcro. So it hurts really bad. It hurts more than leather, right? But the buckle was metal. And what I mean by metal, it was like, you know what I'm saying, like solid metal. So you know what I'm saying, like whatever end was came at me, right? But I'm saying it was you know what I'm saying, like whatever came at me.
Bro.
Did you ever get whooped?
Bro, I was a bad kid back in high school, middle school.
No, but did you get whooped?
It's okay,
Yeah.
you did it. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
What did you get whooped with? What's the worst thing you got whooped with?
That would be like federal at that point if I say it.
Federal, bro.
Anyways, next.
Damn, bro.
No, for me, this
It was
one
that
time. For this one time,
Yeah,
I think my
bro.
mom threw like a shoe at me one time in my head.
That's the worst weapon.
The
A shoe,
I'm-
and
no,
that's
well-
big nice, bro.
No.
She was a nice mom.
No. Okay, I say the worst. I say belt. I don't remember anything. Well, hands too. I feel like. But it was like nothing.
That's
worse.
abuse.
Easy.
No.
She said Mike Tyson.
Is she throwing a 1-2 combo in there? 1-2.
But anything crazy? No, like I feel that's the craziest. I mean, I
Bro,
don't know. I nothing else.
The
She
worst
be
thing I
giving-
got whooped with was like
A wooden stick or something?
no cable.
Cable. Oh,
Bro.
shit. That shit.
Like a coax cable?
Yeah, like coax cable. Yeah, like coax
Like, you know,
cable.
like, kind of like electric.
Yeah. It was like coax cable, yeah.
Bro, ouch. That shit hurt.
Yeah.
Bro, I tell you, bro. I couldn't say it, bro.
Yeah. Do the.
Whoa! What is
Whoa.
We're keeping that.
We're keeping that in. He said.
Nah, bro, we gotta cut that, bro.
No,
Nah, we gotta leave that
Nah,
in.
that shit would have hurt like
Wait, I'm gonna that.
bro. You not cutting mine. You can't cut that shit,
Exactly, bro. It's a fair trade-off.
bro. What?
A fair trade-off.
A fair
trade.
I thought you said. I thought you said turn the fridge off.
What?
That's what it sounded like.
No, bro, that's not what it sounded like, bro.
But back to what I was saying too. Like I was definitely a bad kid. Like I would have like 12 referrals in like elementary school. I was bad, and it'll be all the times. This one time, this is the worst day ever. Like this one time, I got called so many times. My mom had me come back home. She had me write down. I don't know if y'all's moms did that to y'all, but like write down. I'll never do this again. I'll never do this again.
Oh yeah,
Bro, you know what I hated?
Repeatedly,
You know what
like,
I hated?
Shout out, mom.
Nah,
Mom, you suck for that. Like, just saying, I will never do it again.
Whoa,
I will never do it
yo,
again.
yo.
I will never do it again.
I
I will
will
never
say
do it
though.
again. I'm like,
I will say though, yo,
I know
Ivan, you got it easy, my boy.
Bro, you know what?
No, I got whooped too.
we used to get whooped to like it was
No,
it's
no,
crazy.
No, hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out.
What's the
Crazy
wor-
story. A
This
crazy
was the
story.
hold on, you go after. The worst part was when they told you it hurts me more than it hurts.
Yeah.
me.
That would piss me though.
That was like I was like, bro, what?
I were damn near crippled. They're like, man, why the kids are sipping on the
Yo, them people like,
Bro.
my characters.
Bro.
Bro, it's like okay,
I've had enough.
they're like, it hurts me more. Okay, let's see if it hurts you more for real. Like,
No.
Let me get my link back.
No. There's been a lot of times where like I've spoken back to my parents like disrespectfully
Nah,
type shit.
you're
But
right.
again, I was a little kid, so I was just really ruthless.
I would say, look,
my mom was-
there's not something that I exactly embrace, but I have said something to my parents. Not my mom. I said
What's the
something
worst thing you said to your parents when you were mad?
The
when you were a kid?
worst thing I said to my parents, to my dad, is like, I hope he's not watching this, but like something that I have said to him is like, I hope, that he was dead. I was like, but it, like, cause it got heated.
Yeah,
you know
I
what I'm
didn't want that. Part. My thing that I went for, I was like, one time out of anger, I was like, I hate you. Like, I really meant that when I was a kid. I told that shit to my mom, and I was like, I hate you guys, type shit. And I know they'll remember this. I'm having them watch this too. Like, I said that.
There
but-
was a point in time that I feel like I was not understood by my parents, but I feel like
saying?
I feel like that was the case. I wasn't understood, but at the same time, I didn't understand them. So I don't know what's the worst thing I've said to my mom. I don't know. My dad is not even. homie left to get milk. Mad.
Oh, that's fine.
Homie never came back, dog. I've met this dude like 5 times, bro. I've barely spoken to him.
Yeah, I say for me, I'll say the worst thing I've said. That's me though. But hey, I wouldn't say I had it easy either. I had it pretty hard.
No. Listen.
Yeah, like my parents would know. Like I've had that shit.
I'm saying whooping wise, I'm sure we probably got whooped more than you, but I feel like there's different battles that you have with parents at the end of the day. But yeah, bro. Damn, bro. That was good though.
One of my most humiliating whoopings, bro. I knew I did some fuck shit at school, and then I came home and my mom was like, "My dad's home," and he's like, "Never home." He's always working. My fault.
You're good.
But no. My dad, like, he's never home. He's always working. Like, from morning to, like, night. He's always working. And my dad saw him sitting on the couch, completely bathed.
What?
Why
bathed. Like, he's, like, clean. Like,
why do you have to say it like that?
Oh, my phone. I didn't mean it like that.
Like his dad dirty.
Did he have a shower?
I just never seen him clean. I never seen my dad clean.
No. The fact that he brought up his dad was clean was like a surprising thing, bro.
No, because he's always working. I've never seen him clean.
Yo, he hasn't showered in a year.
No, bro. No.
Only on special occasions, bro.
No. That's just my dad dirty like that.
He took a shower today. He broke the curse.
It's Christmas. Let me take a shower, bro.
He's like,
dude, he's dirty, bro.
He deserves me to be clean.
Yeah, wow, bro.
Who's there watching the door? He's like, he's clean.
He said, no. He said, no. He's clean.
We gotta cut this. Fuck yeah.
Let me give this.
No, we're not leaving that shit. We have to leave it, bro. We're not leaving it.
Bro, I'm fucking crying, bro. God damn.
No, we're not leaving
We're
it.
leaving it in, bro. That's too funny,
Bro.
Bro, I'm sorry, bro. Homie said he was fully bathed. From head to toe.
Bro, my stomach hurts, bro.
Oh, shit, bro.
I'll be honest, bro. Whatever you say after that, bro, we may make fun of it, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh God.
No, because my dad be working from, like, bro, he be working all the time, so I've never seen him, like,
That's some shit.
outside of work clothes. I've ever only seen him for dinner, and that's it.
That dude was dirty.
But he was covered in mud and shit, and he provided for my family. Not mud, like, it's called compound.
Shit.
No, it's a compound, my fault.
Yeah, bro. All respect to Julio's dad.
Shout out to Julio's dad.
Shout out to Julio's dad.
Shout out to his dad.
I'm glad that you were bait that time that you gave him the whooping.
My fault. No, but yeah, he was like, it was a surprise to me, like, my dad's home. The fuck did I do? But I knew already what I did, so I was like trying to play it off.
We're gonna save Julio and his
baiting dad
and his clean dad for further discussion.
Fuck you, Kevin.
I think that's what we're gonna cut it today. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much, Julio, for coming on the podcast. Thank you so much, Ivan, for coming on.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Kevin, for coming on. I think that's what we're gonna cut it. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like and subscribe.
Drop a comment and say "Babe Dad" if you watched it to the end.
Yeah. That's whoever drops a comment and says "Babe Dad" in the comments, I'll like personally like, you know what I'm saying, like
give you a shout out.
Shout out.
What?
Wow.
That's another thing too. If you guys
we had to leave that one in too.
Yeah, right. If you guys have any comments, you guys want to leave some topics down, just comment down below. We'll
any topics y'all want us to talk about, we'll leave it. So we're gonna cut it, guys. And later.